What is up, guys? Welcome back to Rise and Grind. Happy Monday. I almost said Thursday. Damn, but we start in the week. We're not ending the week here. It's freaking Monday.
That's Monday brain right there. You thought it was Thursday.
Literally, it's Monday brain. We got Shiv Patel in the building. What's up, Shiv?
What's going on, John?
How we doing? How was your weekend?
My weekend was great, John. My weekend was great. I didn't hear from you once, so it was actually amazing.
So we have some you're talking about oil, so talk to us about what's going on with oil.
I mean, we all know what happened in the world, this past weekend.
No, for people who don't. Oh, right, but for people who don't, give them a quick little.
So, I mean, I don't know what the politically correct way to say we're at war is.
Okay. Right.
But, as, the U.S. and Israel began strikes on Iran, that little strait of water where all our U.S. carriers are based sees about 20% of the world's shipping lanes for oil.
Wow, that's huge.
Which could dramatically inflate the price of oil this week. We've seen different predictions based from, there are some people that are saying Goldman Sachs has their predictions. Every investment bank on the planet has their own predictions right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's not my world right there.
The
investment banking side is not my world.
Right.
So I can't, I'm not going to give a professional recommendation there, but we'll find out closer, later today, even closer to the end of this week. I mean, I think President Trump came out last week and said they're prepared to keep this going on for the next 4 to 5 weeks.
Wow.
So the price of oil could dramatically skyrocket.
That's tough.
Yeah. Not the usual fun and chipper things we talk about on Rise and Grind.
Correct, right? But hey, it's the state of what's going on in the world right now, right? So that impacts people. That impacts obviously what they're going to pay for gas and everything else. And so I guess you said we're going to find out today. What time you think?
I think it's more of this week.
Oh, okay.
But from what I've seen already, stocks have tumbled a little bit today.
Yeah.
Just rising inflation and just this conflict. It was pretty much predicted. We knew that the market, this was not going to be a positive outlook on the market.
No, of course.
So, but as we've seen the last couple of years, we tumble, but we come right back up anyway.
Yeah.
So this, it'll be fun. Not fun's not the word, but it'll be interesting to see how this market plays out this week.
Yeah. Interesting time to be alive, right? So much going on. What's your thoughts on Musk becoming like almost the first trillionaire when XAI and SpaceX merger or whatever acquisition?
I mean, it was bound to happen, right?
Yeah.
It was either going to be him or your boy Jeff.
Right, Jeffy B.
I have never seen someone that loves Jeff Bezos more than John Figueroa.
No. My wife loves Jeffy B in the boxes.
And John hates his credit card statements. But it was going to be one of them, right?
Right.
There was no one else that was close. And
well, it's funny because Bill Gates, I remember like the decades ago, I remember like Bill Gates being like he was always so high on that list, and then boom, just got absolutely pummeled. And now it's like,
I think he would have been there too if he had never stepped down. I think if he had stayed at the head of Microsoft's innovation would have kept going.
Right.
And there was a time where, like there was no one close.
Right.
And then there was like that stretch of a period where Microsoft did become stale. They lost to Apple in almost every. Do you remember Zunes?
Yeah, I do, dude. I do. My cousin had one.
And you're like, oh, this could be and then like I've never actually held one even.
Right.
But like you gotta imagine it must have been not that great.
Yeah.
For it to be.
It was cool, but like as always, Apple just out softwared them. And the hardware was better, obviously, too. But like for instance, my cousin had a Zune. It's so funny you just said that. I haven't heard that name in 20 years. But literally, it would always have lags. It would always like have issues with like just like delays, lags, restart on you. Where like back then, even at that point with iPods, like that never happened.
Well, like I remember there being a Microsoft phone at a point.
There was.
There was never a Microsoft phone too. I'll tell you that.
True. I actually used to like that OS though, like the Windows OS. It was pretty cool. Windows.
I still enjoy it. Like I don't get to use it as often now. Like I'm a big Mac guy.
Yeah, me too.
I haven't had a Windows computer probably since high school.
Nice.
So, but like like when we're when we're in the office, sometimes like we do have desktops that run on Windows, and I'm like, I love those.
Right.
Sometimes like the speed of which I think they're great on the lifespan just isn't as good. You can have a MacBook and it'll last you a decade.
Mm-hmm.
Like you might see some lag 7-8 years in, but like I don't know anyone I know with a Windows computer replaces it in 3 to 4 years.
Literally,
MacBooks they'll last forever.
Well, exactly. And my issue with Windows, so like similar to you, like the last time I had a Windows computer or PC was in high school, and then once you like had a little money and could afford a computer, what did you do? You got a freaking Mac, right?
And think about it. How many of us don't have an iPhone these days?
It's crazy. Yeah,
you're like I can everything sync to my computer. If I need to back up, it's right there. I can text from there. I can there are times where I don't want to download a file, or someone will text me a picture and I need it on my computer. Open up iMessage, drag it right back in. Can't do that on a Windows. Hell, even if you have
actually, technically, if you have a Droid, you have the ability through using Google Messages to get that on your laptop too. Because when I switched for that little bit with my flip phone, you could still do it. It's just the integration is not as good though, right? No, so like absolutely. I could like right now on my files on my phone, I can access everything that's on my laptop on my phone, like through my files, right? Yeah. Do you use files? Yeah. That was the big thing that was missing. So like if I wanted documents and I needed to like just take a document, I didn't have my laptop with me or my iPad, then I was screwed. But
you can even mirror your phone on your laptop.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I did see that. Yep.
And I'm like, it's crazy. Mm-hmm. And like literally now, nothing that Microsoft has that offers that integration still to this day.
Right.
And this has been around we're talking 10 plus years technology at this point. Mm-hmm. And I mean, like I'll throw in, I'm not here to shit on Microsoft today, but do you guys remember the HD DVD?
Yeah.
Like there was that and Blu-ray and I was like, what the hell's the difference?
Right.
And I mean, those died out very quickly. Mm-hmm. Even Blu-rays, like they didn't last that long.
What's wild though is the other day I was in Walmart and I'm in like the electronic section and I'm looking and there's still movies for sale, like Blu-ray DVDs. And I was talking to the guy up front, I'm like, do people actually still buy this? Like, do people buy like CDs? And he's like, yeah, he's like, people who like certain movies want the highest quality. Because obviously if you stream something on Netflix, you're getting most likely 1080. Like you're not going to ever get 4K. So the only way you can actually achieve the true 4K is by having a PlayStation of some sort or an Xbox that has Blu-ray on it. Or if you have, obviously they still sell Blu-ray DVD players.
Well, I gotta take a look at my Netflix now because I'm paying like $27 a month for the 4K plan.
Do you
know that was $9.99?
Yeah, I know. But there's no way that you're ever gonna get that quality. So but if you plug it in, and I remember back in the day when like PS2 or PS3, I forget which one came out that had Blu-ray on it. I think it was PS3, and like watching a movie, and the movies were just insane.
Well, that was the other thing. I remember that. So I was like in 6th grade or 7th grade when the PS3 and the Xbox 360 came out.
Yep.
What a time to be alive, by the way.
Dude, that was an epic time.
That was the coolest time. Like gaming to me was never more fun than when those two systems came
Agreed.
out. But I was like, do I want the Xbox 360? Because it's always right around Christmas time. They're not
always
stupid,
Yeah, always.
There's a reason the new Call of Duty game would always launch in November, Mm-hmm. But I was looking at one of the two, and my dad kept telling me, he goes, get the PS3. He goes, my dad was a big Sony guy.
Yeah.
Like Sony TVs, everything.
Yeah.
But he was like, get the PS3. And like years prior, like it was between the Xbox and the PS2. And he was like, get the PS2. It's better. It comes with a built-in DVD player. The original Xbox, you had to get the DVD attachment. And then here we go. We come to Microsoft. PS3, built-in Blu-ray player. Xbox 360. HD DVD player, you have to get attached, but everyone had the Xbox, and I was like, I want to play online with my friends.
Right.
So I got the Xbox and I'm like, why am I not getting the thing that came with the free Blu-ray player,
Right. That is built in.
Yeah. And I'm like, well, you're also doing stuff like that. And no wonder it's getting redundant,
Yeah.
And
I just saw something that Xbox is not going to be continuing. Like they're focusing their efforts on AI versus their gaming.
Really?
That's what I saw online. I don't know if that's true.
I don't think Xbox is as big as it used to be. I feel like.
Do you use Xbox? Julian likes Xbox though.
No, I like PlayStation.
And that's what I've seen. Like even like my friends with kids and all that, they're either PlayStation or they want PCs now.
Right.
Which I'm like, we almost came full circle there.
Yeah.
We all had computers. We were all playing computer games.
Right.
And now like everyone's like, oh no, like they're like only like I don't even know the word the kids call them. but like amateur gamers, only they play on PS5. Like they're like the real gamers play on PC. I'm like, I don't know.
Right. Which honestly, in my experience, any of the people I know that are hardcore, they go PC.
Absolutely. And I'm like, isn't for me because like I'm like I don't know, like I'm a controller guy. Like,
Yeah.
if I play.
Yeah.
But like those like people who are like, you know, like they're like into those. I don't even understand what a gaming laptop is.
Yeah.
Clearly, I am not one of those tech Indians.
Well, you know, the thing is like, I mean, I haven't played any video games in a very long time. And like last time I did, I've always been native to PlayStation. Like I've always loved PlayStation. I'm like a Madden, Call of Duty. But apparently this whole GTA that's coming out is like insane. They keep talking like it's like everywhere. Everyone's like, is it GTA 6, Rob? Like,
and that game, what 5 came? I remember 5 came out when I was like a freshman or sophomore in college, and I actually like I was.
That's how long it's been since the last one got released, Rob?
13 years.
Really?
Right? Well, it was crazy because like,
damn.
I was a broke college kid and I didn't have like a lot of money. I sold the textbook to buy the game. I literally sold my small business management textbook. And
no wonder why he's not good at business management, guys.
I'm a big businessman. I didn't sell that one. But sold the textbook, went to Amazon, submitted it, got like $170, bought the game for like $60. And I was like, oh shit, I got $110 left over.
Went right to the liquor store
and waited outside for someone.
Yeah, shoulder tapped.
I actually got carded there, not too long ago, and I was like, "Thank you so much."
Yeah, right. Like you want to give him a tip, like thanks for that.
Like, I'm not going to, but like here.
Yeah. And by the way, if you're wondering why does Megan look different today, right? Let's go to Shiv again. Megan looks better. Look at her. Bam.
So much better.
No, Megan is out sick today. She was willing to pretend to be sick just so she did not have to sit next to Shiv. Which you got to give her the credit. You know, you got to give her credit where it's
she was supposed to see us like 3 times this week.
Right.
This is Megan, if you're watching, I am deeply offended. John has insinuated some very, very strong rumors about you today. He said,
"Hey,
she said you don't like me, even though like you text me all the time and say we're best friends." But okay. Her husband sends me memes.
Yeah, Chris. I was like, Chris is watching this, and then you text Shiv.
You text Shiv too?
Are we both separately texting Shiv? That's fantastic.
Is he both our best friends?
All right, I'm popping up our first topic here. So let me ask you a question. So there's this like big trend going on right now that like Gen Zers love cleaning. And like cleaning products, cleaning house, all that stuff like that. Like they're just very, very. It's a clean generation.
These were the same kids that ate Tide Pods like 5 years ago. So we knew that,
right? Are you technically a Gen Z?
I am not. I think
you're millennial.
I think I'm a millennial by like a year.
Can we look that up? How you're 31?
94, yeah.
94. Oh no, I think yes. Yeah, so I think you are then. Yeah.
I think it's like 96. It ends.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Can you look that up real quick, Rob? Let's look that up. But anyway, while we're looking this up, if you're a millennial and Gen Z and watching this, comment if you like cleaning or not, because that's really interesting to me.
But you know what's funny is my baby brother is a Gen Z, and he is one of the cleanest people. Like I could be a slob at times, you know. Like I could go upstairs and the sink could have dirty dishes. So I can get to it in the morning. I'm fine with that. Like my dishwasher, you know, and all that. But like my dishwasher doesn't have to be loaded the night before. But
so Gen Z is 97 to 2012.
Perfect.
Oh, you made it.
Did not want to be classified there.
So Shiv is a millennial.
What are you, Gen X?
I'm boomer. No, I'm millennial. But with that said, though, you know, so anyway, so there's this big kick about like all these companies that are like marketing to Gen Z heavily because they love cleaning so much. And dude, anytime I'm on TikTok, if I'm looking through TikTok and I've never really bought anything off TikTok Shop ever. I'll always like if I see something I like, I'll bring it to Amazon, just order it so it's at my house in like a day. But the cleaning stuff that they push on TikTok constantly, like no wonder why these people love cleaning. Like even to the point where they have like
the
soap
foam.
Yeah,
you seen that?
Yeah, that. But I've seen soap and toothpaste dispenser. You put like in your like stickies next to your thing, and it has like this light in it, like the blue light or whatever the hell the light is that cleans shit. And it's like there's so many different things that they offer now that they're just pushing, and it's like super cheap. And it's like so I feel like it's making everybody such a neat freak. I just constantly see cleaning products everywhere.
Have you ever someone's told me this one time, like when everything's organized around you and everything's clean, do you feel better? Like, do
Yeah,
you feel
I
like-
do. I do.
I've started to like kind of do that, like keep like my living area, everything like a little bit more clean. Like even like I'm more incentivized to go cook in my kitchen,
Right.
which never happens. But when it's clean, you know, like I don't feel like working around things, stuff like that. Like I feel like I work better when I'm in a clean workspace now. I feel like
100%.
my mental is just a lot better.
Yeah. I am somebody, I don't know what it is, but I heard this saying that like Gen Z loves relaxing. Like they can like chill on the couch and that's where like they rest and like they feel good about that. Where like they were talking about how millennial is like they don't like it. Like for me as an example, I use myself. Like if I'm trying to relax, like me cleaning or moving, like doing stuff with the kids is relaxing to me. If I'm sitting still, that makes me anxious.
And like they are quieter, you know, like you don't see, like even when you go out to the bars sometimes, you're like, oh, like the older we get, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna be an older guy there, and you're like, no, I'm not. It's still people my age,
right?
Because those kids do not go out.
They don't.
That's not that. Like that's anxiety
either.
for them. Like they have anxiety going out and doing stuff, like the stuff that we found fun.
Yes,
they're like, we don't want to do this,
dude. It's so interesting that you say that because I was just having a conversation with one of my friends who's single. And he was saying how like, dude, it's so much more difficult now. Like the girls are whatever, they don't want to be approached. And like, it's very like different from when like you were going out because like I would enjoy that. I would go walk up to people. I would start conversations. And yeah, of course you would still have people who acted weird or like didn't want you to be by them. Normal, right? Like people are going to get rejected. But at the end of the day, it's like, I feel like I keep hearing this from my different single friends or my brothers or whatever that are younger in their 20s.
Make friends in the bathroom.
Listen, all the time, especially at Porta. You ever been to Porta?
Yeah.
The guy in the bathroom, he talks to everybody.
Well, like, you know, you could be sitting there, like, make some random joke. Everyone's going to find it funny.
Yeah.
Maybe not you. You're not funny, but, you know. We're, you know, like, or you're talking to someone at the bar while you're waiting for the bartender, you know? It's
right.
I've made friends that way.
For sure.
I've literally, like, people I hang out with to this day that I met 10 years ago, you know?
Right.
And these kids don't do that. It's anxiety for them to like go talk to other people they don't know, you know?
Right.
I remember I went to a friend's birthday party maybe a month or two ago, and it was at a bar in the Lower East Side. I walk in and there was like, so the party was in the back, but I'm walking through like the main area and it was just a group of people on their phone on one end with another people on the, and I'm like, guys, it's that, like talk to each other. Like,
right.
Like what's going on?
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm like, I wouldn't even be shocked if they were texting each other.
But you know what? So because obviously you're out there, right? Like you're at the bars, like obviously you're still single, and like so when you're out there, like do you see that? Like you see it's like a lot more difficult to like start a conversation in the market right now.
You know what's crazy is that even for me right now, like I don't feel like I go out like that anymore. Like I go out to a bar, I'm usually going with like a group of people I already know. And like people, and you know, the older we get, the less we see our friends.
Right.
So it's like I want to talk to them now. You know, I want to hang out with them. But like I still talk to people at the bar. Like listen, you know me, I'll talk to anyone.
Right.
But I was out a week or two ago. So I ended up talking to this guy in the line to the bathroom. Guy ends up being a resident physician. What do we know about that? My core bread and butter, right?
Right.
Have a meeting with him last week about doing his disability insurance.
Nice.
Like it's that easy sometimes, you know, about work, you know, and like that's how you build you build connections by talking to people. I'm like, you can't do that chronically online.
No.
Like there has to be a mix. And listen, don't get me wrong, I love social media, I enjoy it and all that. And like I've made friends and business connections off social media, looking at my phone and just reaching out. But you do have to reach out. You can't just watch, you know. And that's the thing, like and that like Gen Z won't reach out. Right. Like it's almost like that's why I feel like Calendly has become such a big thing and stuff like that. They don't want to talk to anyone on the phone. Right. They're just going to book this appointment and like do it that way. And I'm like, but at the bars, like I see them all the time. Like everyone's just usually in the group that they come with. Right. And that's it. Yeah. No one like you don't see guys going up to girls. Actually, I've seen more girls go up to guys lately. Really? Yeah. Wow. And I'm like, wow, I guess you guys are tired of waiting. I was like, oh, okay.
That's so interesting that you say that, man. I mean, it's a different place. And, you know, again, like one of my buddies who I was just talking about, like he's a little more on the shy side. Like he would not be somebody who would go approach people randomly out and stuff like that at a bar or at places. But like he's on dates all the time because of the apps.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, it makes people who are not typically social type A people like have that ability because they are on this app, right?
Well, you know what I think about the apps though, and I think that's what makes it easy for someone who is shy. You know, when you're in person, you don't know if the other person's interested in you. You know, like maybe you get, but not everyone reads signals. You know,
Correct, right?
Not everyone reads body language. Not everyone has EQ.
Right. True.
When you're on the apps, you match with this person. You know they find you attractive.
Right.
You know,
or else they wouldn't have swiped on you, right?
Yeah. So like now, like that barrier is gone. Now you know what game you're playing.
Right.
You know that like the goal here is to go out with this person.
Yeah.
Which now that you know they're interested, it's just a matter of saying, hey, do you want to go out Friday, Saturday, Tuesday night? I don't know. Maybe tacos are your thing. I don't know.
Love Taco Tuesday.
Rob, have you ever been invited to Taco Tuesday at the Vagaro house? Because I haven't. Wow. It's kind of crazy, right?
Rob's invited to the important things, okay?
Just kind of crazy that, you know, like I've never been there either.
You like Taco Tuesday?
I love Taco Tuesday.
All right, so listen, now you guys got an invite. All right, you guys got the invite.
He says that, but when I show up tomorrow at his house, he's going to call the cops. Like it's bullshit.
Thank you. It's a debatable invite. Wait, next up. So this actually blew my mind. So essentially, Google is estimating that they will be spending trillions on AI in the next decade. And you and I just had this conversation before we started filming. But besides talking shit about Megan, but we started talking about how much water is being wasted with AI. And honestly, I didn't understand the full concept of it. You started to explain a little bit better, but it's crazy how much is being invested in AI. And you started to say earlier, like how people are not seeing the returns yet either, right? So it's like, there's all these things happening. People are leveraging it more in their day-to-day. It's funny. Most people say that chat or, you know, Gemini or Grok, whatever, that's like their like therapist. And it's like, they go to it, they talk about everything. And listen, I'm somebody who, for a health perspective, I'm constantly leveraging AI. So like if I get blood labs, boom, I pop it in ChatGPT. I get some data back. I'll use my Oura Ring, and I'll use all the metrics I have in that. I'll pop it in chat, get information out of it. You know, but so many people are using it every single day for almost a majority of things, right? Like whether it's advice, whether it's, hey, write this email for me. Hey, what should I say here? Hey, Shiv is late again for the 15th time in a row. Tell me how I should say something to him.
John Vagaro just commented on someone being late, by the way. John Anthony Vagaro.
So, you know, it's like they use it so much. Even random people who maybe, because again, if back in the day, you would think this would be a commerce product, right? Like you would be using this for work, right? Like if you went back 20 years ago, like you don't think like a mom at home or like a grandmother or like a grandfather who's retired would be using this, but like everybody's using this now.
And you would not think this service, which is incredible, would cost $20 a month.
That's what I mean. It's so.
Why am I paying less for that than Netflix? Right? Seriously.
Right. True. Like, and so anyway, the thought that Google tends to spend trillions in the next few, you know, in the next decade or so, they're estimating, is absolutely insane. But also, it's insane to think about. I remember when Toy Story 1 came out, and I was a kid, and seeing on like, and now I'm watching it again with all my kids, of course. But like on the beginning opening scene, it's Mr. Potato Head, and the reward is like $50 bazillion, right? And back then, when we were young, like multi-millionaire seemed like it was like a billionaire back then, right? Yeah. Like millions, like, oh my God, the person has $1 million. Like that seemed like they were a billionaire to now's money.
When we were in school, the goal was to make like $100,000.
Right, exactly.
And now it's like
right. And so the whole key is like when you look at that, and then you look at like the fact that people are talking about spending trillions now, like that's insane.
Now, like, let me ask you this though: do you think it stays at $20?
I don't think it will. But this is the problem. Right now, it's the race to who is going to be the actual AI that we use every day, right? And ChatGPT has a very strong ground right now because they came out and like got a lot of acceptance, and then people are native. Like for me to leave chat, like it's tough for me because I my family medical things are in there for Vincenzo and his heart condition. Like there's so much built into my historical data in chat that for me to leave and go somewhere else would be such a nuisance to me. It would be way more friction than it would be reward. But if I'll give you an example, but like for people like me who use it to that level, if chat turned around, if OpenAI turned around and said, hey, this is going to be $500 a month, I would pay it.
Yeah. Because it's so ingrained into your life now.
Correct.
Like I don't think there's a day that doesn't go by where I'm not on Gemini chat. Claude, we talk about Claude now.
Correct. Right. But wait, do you know why it's so cheap though?
No.
So the reason why it's so cheap for people watching, like you said, why do I have this super intelligent thing in my pocket for only $20 a month? The key is because they're still getting data from us. They're still learning from us. Because once it goes agentic, then it doesn't need us, right? That's where it's like it knows what it needs to know about us. We're still only like 2 or 3 years into this right now. So like it's so new. So the funny part is it's actually too much money because we're paying for clinical trials, right? Like this is a trial that they're collecting data. This is an experiment that we're paying for an experiment. If I ever said to you, hey Shiv, I'm going to be doing this new food product, nobody's ever tried it before, right? But I'm going to have you come and be the first to try it, but you got to give me $100. You'd be like, fuck you, dude. I'm not coming and paying you for this thing. But that's what's happening here. Obviously, it's convenient for our lives, though. Don't get me wrong. It's great. But we are paying to be in an experiment. That's why it's only 20 right now. Once this thing is like agentic and it's like, dude, like there's no question that this is the smartest thing on earth. Like that's where the price is going to skyrocket.
Now, do you see it being something like these streaming services where, like, remember there was Netflix, right?
Yeah.
Then Hulu was like there, but now, and then it became bigger.
Is Hulu still a thing?
No, it's going to be Disney Plus soon. I think by the end of this year.
Is that confirmed?
Yeah, everything on Hulu is on Disney Plus right now.
Yeah, so it's like what the hell?
So that the Hulu app is going to be phased out this year.
Smart.
But like that's my point now. So now we have, then there was Paramount Plus came out, Peacock came out. Well, now Paramount's buying.
No, Paramount's selling, I thought.
No, Paramount's buying Warner Brothers.
Oh, WB, yeah. So, is that official?
That's official as of last week.
So Netflix lost?
Netflix pulled out. Netflix said they will not match.
Wow.
So Paramount will buy.
Do you know what was the number? Do you remember?
100 and something, 13, I want to say.
Damn. Can we search that, Rob? How much did Paramount bid for Warner Bros? But that's crazy either way.
But so in the sense of like, and then we saw other streaming services kind of like disappear as well, or get bought by other services. Do you see that happening with AI? Do you see like now we have like, there's so many different, there's Claude,
right?
There's ChatGPT, there's Gemini, there's Grok, there's what's the one from China, DeepSeek?
Yes, DeepSeek. Yeah.
Do you see eventually like once one kind of stands out, do you see other ones getting acquired?
So theoretically.
What's it bid for what?
How much is Paramount buying Warner Bros. For? But when you think about the fundamental, like X factor of these AI companies versus like a typical commerce business, like Netflix acquiring, Paramount acquiring Warner Bros. Makes total sense, and like it's movies versus movies, and channels versus channels, and subscriptions versus subscriptions. This is different because these people are racing to become like the monster and only business left in the world eventually. Because think about it. In 30 years from now, let's just say OpenAI is like the leader and it stays the leader, right? All the robots are going to have OpenAI in it, right? Yeah. All the different components of OpenAI in it. And everything you do is going to be around AI because AI is going to be the smart brain, right? So theoretically, like they're racing for that versus like, oh, like I want to be acquired. Dude, people are literally like not leaving OpenAI for crazy offers.
I saw an offer that the guy rejected, 10 years, $200 million.
Right.
I was like, you guys are getting NBA money.
Right. So in some cases more.
Yeah.
And so when you think about that, like this is so much bigger than just commerce. This is the future of what life is going to look like. Yeah. And that's what's so weird about it is that this is a business startup that is now potentially going to dictate what our future looks like. And when you look at somebody like Sam Altman, right, as an example, like I obviously don't know Sam personally, but when I look at somebody like Sam and I think about like, all right, this guy's crafting the future. Like, I don't fucking know this guy. Like, I don't know his values. Like, I know nothing about this guy. But the technology his company is making is shaping what the future is going to look like.
Think about it, like, when did GPT really become like like a year ago, maybe, you know, like where people really started using it every day.
Yep.
And like it's been in daily conversations. Like how many, I mean, I know your world's you do this all the day. So,
Yeah.
but like there isn't a day that goes by in my world where I don't hear about someone talking about AI. You know?
Right.
AI is in every conversation. Everyone wants to talk about it. In a year, this is what's happened. What does the next year bring?
True.
You know?
Yeah.
Last year, we only knew about GPT.
Right.
Now there's like I saw something on the news this morning about Claude and like government contracts or something like that.
Oh yeah, I did see that. I think
like
Trump put up something
he was like anti-Claude.
We're not using it.
Yeah.
Like I don't even know what it was about.
He wants them to reshape their value. I saw it was like, you know, John, it was early in the morning. You know?
Yeah. Mine was late at night when I saw it, so I don't remember exactly the details. But think about that, right? Like, in what world would a technology company find its way into the White House that quickly?
Yeah.
Like, that's only been around for 2 years.
Hell, I heard about Claude 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, and not even that, but like one of the fastest, and it's probably gonna be beaten already, but like we're a massive Wix partner, right? So like we've been building sites on Wix, you know, for almost 20 years now. So we're the largest Wix agency partner. And when they told us that they acquired Base 44, so that's essentially a AI like app maker. So you go to it and you just say like, hey, I want to make an insurance app like that does X, Y, and Z. Like, it'll legit make it, right? And you could publish it and get it out there like, and it's very frictionless. But with like, I think less than 3 people, and they only had the company up 6 months, sold it for 80 million in 6 months, and Wix acquired them. And so I remember like hearing that, and as a partner, like I hear shit like that very quickly, and from the team, I remember being like, damn, imagine some of the people like that we know, like the people who are super successful in our lifetime that we've known and grew up with, like if we're lucky, they exited their companies for 5 million in some cases, some sold for a couple million, but 6 months worth of work with 3 people sold for 80 in 6 months. And Sam Altman keeps saying things like, you know, they're excited to see the first solo billion-dollar startup that exits for $1 billion plus because of AI. And like Base 44 was like the first example of like, damn, in 6 months or less, like with 3 people, they were able to sell this company to a $4 to $6 billion publicly traded company, Wix. And it's like, that stuff's happening.
It's crazy. Like,
when you think about what you do every day, right? And anybody watching this, you get up, you brush your teeth, you know, do what you got to do in the morning, like with your kids or your family or yourself. You get in a car, you go to work. Some people don't go to work, right? They just work from home. And you're working all day. Yeah, Megan working from home. She's allergic to the office. but like literally, like when you think about it, like in 6 months, they sold for $80 million. Like just let that compute. And it's like, and these people probably were in their houses, like, you know, developing this stuff, or in like close quarters. So it's just crazy the world we're moving into. When you think about how much people have to do every day and show up, you know, for work and do the things they have to do, that somebody out there is going to exit for $1 billion in their parents' room.
And I know you've said this before too. It's like there's so many people scared of AI, but it's not there yet. And like the smartest people, there's people that are scared of AI taking their jobs, but the smarter people are the ones leveraging it to make them better at their jobs.
Right.
Hell, you guys, you know,
Yep.
There's plenty of things that AI can compete with you on, you know, but you guys have leveraged it,
right,
and turned it into a competitive advantage. Where like, I've sat with other agencies, you know, before I worked with you.
Yeah,
they're not.
Right.
They don't know a thing about it.
Right.
You know, they're like, we're going to keep on doing business as usual until it's not business as usual. And I'm like, I'm going to go with a guy that is, you know, he might be slightly annoying, but
that was actually nice, Shiv. Thank you.
You know,
you could have said something else.
But you know, you're, but like you're, you know, no pun intended. You're adapting,
right?
You know.
Yeah. Well, I think the key is like you have to look at it like this, like, and I was in the sauna the other night when I came. I have my deepest and like best thoughts when I'm in the sauna, like freaking cooking at 150 degrees, and I'm sitting there, I'm thinking about it. I'm like, all right, when you think about AI, and you think about the people who are leveraging AI for, hey, I want this to build my website and do all my social media, or like do all my taxes, or be my lawyer, or whatever else, do my wealth planning, blah, blah, blah. Those are people who either don't want to pay an expert. That's the nice way of putting it. Or they're too cheap to pay an expert, or they don't have the money, right? So it's one of those three things, but I have clients who work with Adapting Social because they know, as an agency that's been around for 18 years, like, we understand the work as an expert without AI. With AI, we help it make us more efficient and stronger, right? And so the people who are like, I want to invest in an accountant or a lawyer or whatever, who is supercharged with AI, but also is a subject matter expert in said field, that person has a competitive edge versus somebody who's doing AI by themselves, who is just they think they have an edge because they're using AI, but they're missing the key core component of being a subject matter expert. And I think that's the biggest thing. Like, I used this example the other day, but like, if you are somebody who is a video editor, right? Not somebody who films, but if you're an editor and you are using AI, you're going to create some crazy shit right now. Like, you can do my team does some crazy stuff that looks like it's like a multi-million-dollar commercial, because we have our team filming some aspects, and then we can leverage other aspects with AI. We combine them together, and it looks like it was a multi-million-dollar production. Now, if you or I were to try to do that, right, it would look like AI slop, because we don't know what to tell the AI to do, right? And so at the end of the day, that applies to everything. Like, if you're not a lawyer, right, and you're gonna create some documents, and you only know surface level things to ask or what to do or whatever the hell, and even if it gives you something back and you think it looks good, you don't know what you're blind to. So
what loopholes are in there. Yeah.
Correct. And so at the end of the day, that's the problem with AI, right? Is that people who are leveraging it solely, whether you're creating legal documents or you're looking at accountant stuff or you're whatever, the problem is that you are not the subject matter expert feeding the information to this super intelligent, software. So I think that's the key, is that, like, understanding the balance between, hey, me having certain conversations with, AI, because this is the one thing that I loved, right? I said to AI this morning, I like to mess around with it sometimes. I'm like, I'm there, and I was putting in some of my biometrics for my Oura Ring this morning, and I go, AI, is Shiv gonna be on time today? Like, just fucking around, right? And essentially what it said to me was like, I don't personally know Shiv, so I can't give you that answer. And only somebody who knows Shiv and that's in the room with Shiv or like is gonna be there can give you that answer. And it really made me think about that, because the thought process behind that is AI only goes off of information that's being fed it, right? But it can never give you a human or an actual experience. So the key that I want people to understand is, when you're doing these things and you're asking certain things, you have to remember, it's only giving you information that exists out there. And there's tons of information and data, which is helpful. But the human experience of talking to somebody, right? Like, if you're talking to a doctor, right, that you trust, and you say, Doc, I'm having this pain, blah, blah, blah. That doctor has personally experienced, let's just say, X amount of surgeries. It could be thousands, right? But if I'm saying to ChatGPT, shit, I'm having a surgery, like, what do you think? It's going to go off of data, generalized data, versus somebody who is a specific expert. So I just want people to understand that difference, because a lot of times it's very easy to think that AI is the end all be all. But you have to remember, when it was having those hallucinations at certain points, or like it was, giving you certain information. Right now, I think they're saying that chat is the most yes man of them all. Meaning, like, if you're asking it certain information, it's going to give you, crowd pleasing answers because it wants to please you, versus like try to make you better, right? And so it's important that anybody's listening to this. In my like personalization settings, I make sure, because you don't know when I was having hallucinations, and I have a son with a heart condition. So when I'm asking questions, like, and again, like, and I don't want to pester my pediatric cardiologist, I'm referencing it for certain things. And so when I'm referencing it for certain things, I need a fucking confidence score. I don't want you to tell me something and you're hallucinating, and then I'm going off of your hallucination. So like, in my personalization settings, I have rate every answer or every prompt response you give me with a score of 1 to 10, And by the way, I'm going to research everything you tell me, right? I want it to think that I am, so that it's on the balls of its feet and worried. So but there's ways to customize the settings of whatever AI that you're using. For me, I have it give me confidence ratings. I have it think that I'm this crazy researcher, and I'm super skeptical about everything it tells me. So it constantly wants to. But then I also changed in it recently because I saw this one guy who did this whole survey about which is the most yes man AI, and right now it's like apparently in order, it's like Chat, then it's Gemini, then it's Grok, and then apparently Claude is the least. It's trying to make you better based on the responses. So, but I built, because I'm so native to Chat, that I'm like, I want to make it what Claude is then, because I like it so much. So I'm like in it, I'm like, hey, yes, I'm a researcher. Yes, I'm going to check everything you do. I'm highly skeptical about everything you say. I need a confidence rating. I'm going to check all the sources that you're going to cite. And then lastly, I don't want you to make me deficient in the things that I'm asking you. So I want you to push me on certain things. So if you see that I'm constantly asking you about certain health questions, I want you to push me to be like, well, go look certain things up yourself, or like, what is your response on it, rather than you just giving me the answer. Because that's the problem with AI, and that people aren't thinking about, right? Like if you go to the gym and you go, hey, I'm going to stop working out legs, right? But you work out your upper body, you're going to walk around and have Rob legs. You know what I mean? You're going to have chicken legs. So
Just remember who you're talking to. I've not been to the gym in a very long time.
So, but you become deficient in your leg muscles.
Yeah.
So the brain is a similar thing. So if you're constantly having this thing write emails for you, and then Chat goes down for 2 months, you're like, holy shit, like this is such a nuisance. I'm screwed, because now you're deficient in conflict. You're deficient in doing, having to force yourself to write. So anyway, my long rant to full circle and put a bow on it is that, like, we have to all leverage AI to better us, to make us stronger.
Yes man thing. I remember I think you told me about this a week ago.
Yeah.
And I did change my settings, and I put it, I'm like, I want you to save in your memory. I do not want yes man answers. I want to use you to make me better.
Right.
I'm like, can you do that? And it said yes. The personalization settings, I think it's something I'm going to go into, later today, and probably change that around too.
Well, you should, because it forgets. If you say, hey, remember this, it'll go back and it won't remember. Like, as an example, I did that recently with like a financial projection. I was like, hey, we brought on X amount of clients. This is what's going on. What do projections look like? I asked this like a couple weeks ago. I went back. I'm like, hey, what was that projection again? I can't remember. And it's like, you would have to upload those documents again. Right. So it's like, all right, like whatever. So, but in the settings, that's like its default. So anytime it answers a question, it references the setting and then answers the question. So anybody who's watching, definitely do that. Because if you say, remember this, a lot of times it'll generally remember the topic, but it won't remember specific key information.
Look at that. A white guy giving an Indian guy tech advice. We really have come full circle here.
Come on. Let's go. Johnny Patel. Hey, but anyway, with that said, while we end off here, what do you have for us, Shiv, in terms of where you think people and just like the state? Obviously, last time you were on, we were talking about like where like the world is going. Things are expensive. Like, do you see what are you hedging against essentially with like where the economics are going?
This week, I can't even make a prediction, because who knows what the next.
You're right, because it's crazy with the war right now.
Who knows what the next 4 to 5 weeks are going to bring?
Yeah.
If they actually, if it actually does continue for 4 to 5 weeks, but doesn't look like there's any sign of slowing down.
Right.
Oil is probably the biggest thing where people are going to feel it right now. If barrels jump to X 80, 90 higher, we're looking at fill your car up now,
Right.
Buy a barrel.
Right.
But it's
what's the highest that we've seen gas in our lifetime? I can't even remember. I remember at some points it was like,
weren't we at like 371? No, we were higher. We were in the
fives. I remember
we were in the fives.
I remember five something, right? Because what's it at now? Yeah. Oh, right. Remember, was it? I don't know if it was around Hurricane Sandy. I don't know, but what's it at now? Do we know?
I have no clue. I have no.
You're a Tesla.
Yeah.
He's got the Elon Musk
plan.
He's on that Elon Musk plan. Okay. I remember the days back in high school where it was like $1 per something. It was like $1.50 or $1.20.
I remember my dad would tell me all the time, like when gas prices started shooting up during like the Iraq War,
yeah,
and what do they call it, the war on terrorism, like
against,
and like when well, that's really when gas started to shoot up like that during that entire time. And he was like, I remember when I came to America, he would say, he goes, gas was like 75 cents. I'm like, wow, wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah, dude, I'll never forget this. There was one time in high school where I literally had made, if I was lucky, I had like, I don't know, I think on me at the time, I had like $1 and like a couple change, right? And I had to get to school and I had no gas, right? So I went to the gas station on the corner and I literally gave the dude $1 and change and got like a gallon of gas. And I remember like back, but at the time, it got me a gallon though. Like
now
legit got
like, what do you want me to do with that?
Right.
What do you want me to give you, half a gallon?
I know he would. If you gave somebody $1 or whatever, like they would probably tell you to fuck off. Like you're not getting gas here, buddy. Get out of here. But like,
hell,
dude,
you can give a little kid $1 right now, like your nephew or something, and they'd be like, "What do you want me to do with this shit?"
you can't even go to Dollar Tree anymore.
No, it's not even a thing.
Dollar Tree's like there's like a $5 aisle now, plus $5 plus aisle.
Talk about false marketing,
Dude. Yeah, everything's more expensive now. But at that time, I remember I was driving my buddies to school and stuff, and I was like super embarrassed. I'm like, you know, I don't have any extra money, and obviously, like once in a while they'd spot me, right? But like I was like, and nobody had money that day, so I put in that $1 and change whatever I had, and got to school with a gallon, dude. But
you could do that back then.
I know now there's no way you're getting away with that.
Now they'll be like, call your parents, have them Venmo you.
Yeah, right.
And it's like, sure.
Right.
I mean, I don't know. I haven't filled up gas in a while, but
how long have you had the Tesla?
Almost 4 years now.
Like it?
I love it.
Yeah,
I love
it's
it.
amazing. The tech in there is great.
You know what? Like, there are some aspects of gas I miss every day.
Yeah.
Like especially like God forbid you forget the charge. You know.
Do you have a level 2 at your house?
No.
Oh, you're crazy.
But I have one in my building.
You have a level 2 in your building?
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
But I'm saying when you're at your mom's, you have a level 1?
Yeah.
Got it.
But I'm not like, it's one of those things where it's like, it's not terrible because we have level 2s at the office as well.
Okay.
But like sometimes when you
Bell
stop,
Labs, right?
You know, it's like it's not like you can just, you know, you're in and out when you go to a supercharger, you know.
True.
But
is that the biggest friction for you?
What do you mean?
Like in terms of like what you miss about gas cars?
Expect like the time it takes sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
especially if like I have long trips back to back to back, you know.
Yeah.
Like that, and like also like if I plan on doing like, you know, like if I need to get down to seeing clients down in like Baltimore or Boston or something like that.
What's your max range?
I think 300 miles.
But
But it's like it says 300. I don't know. It's
you're in 4 years, so it starts to degrade. The battery degrade every year goes down a little bit.
I mean I haven't seen it do that yet.
Yeah.
But like there's and like as someone I love cars. I do
Yeah.
love cars. I miss the sound, like what a fast car makes. I do miss that.
Yeah.
And then like there's, you know, it's little convenience factors, but like also like the technology in a Tesla is just so far advanced that
It's not comparable, dude.
to like I have blind spot cameras anytime my signal goes off. You know, like I turn a turn signal on.
Yeah.
Collision detectors, I mean, which most cars have, but these are just these have like sensitivity settings, which I haven't seen in any other cars. The security feature, like I know people that have like the $140,000 Rivian, you know?
Yep.
But it doesn't have the PIN code to access the car, which like I don't know any car that has that. But
That's crazy,
Tesla, you know?
Yeah.
And
they thought of, you know what I thought about? I'm a big car guy. I love cars, and my favorite vehicle ever was my Model S because the tech is just like you said so far. Stupid example, outside of having it be able to come pick you up. Like if I went to the gym and it was raining, I could have the car come pick me up at the front of the gym.
That's
right?
well worth $99 a month right there.
100%. And then on top of that, putting that aside, like when you pull up to your house, like you can set it so that like the garage just opens when you're at a certain radius from your garage. Yeah. And then so when I first got the Tesla, I instantly got the level 2 installed in my house. So like and my EPA was like 360 at the time when I got it. And so my range was pretty high, right? But now the new ones, they're 410, right?
It's insane.
And I remember like because I'm back and forth to the city a lot. But when I had the Tesla, I could literally go back and forth to the city 4 times before I had to charge. From Jersey, from where I lived, back and forth 4 times, which I wouldn't do, obviously, but I'm just saying. So, and the obviously self-driving is its own animal. So it's $99 now for that?
For self-driving, yeah.
But does that include premium connectivity or just because
I'm pretty sure?
Because when I had it, it was $200. It was $199.
It's $99 a month, and then I think if you get premium connectivity on its own, it's $11 or something like that.
Okay, so it went down in price.
Yeah,
that makes more sense. Because for me, it was like I said, it was like it was $200 a
But
month.
that too, it's like it's almost the same thing as what you just said about AI.
Yeah,
It's still learning too.
correct.
So we're essentially paying for a beta right now too. Really.
Correct. Right.
Because when I go onto my app and I go, it's FSD beta.
Yep. Correct.
And I'm like, yeah, it's.
Do you use that a lot? Full self drive?
Not as much as like I think I use it more when it's raining or when I especially at like Bellworks, where the parking lot's huge.
Yep.
And I don't feel like it on days it's raining. I definitely will never use will do the auto summon. I do it for the parallel.
No, I mean when do you let it drive you back and forth home?
Parkway sometimes. I'm not super crazy about it driving on street because on like regular streets yet.
In 2022, I was fucking never touching the wheel back then. Like and now it's way better, obviously.
Oh yeah.
But
I do like the like on the parkway, it's like easy too, because like sometimes, it's just like it takes away the tedious chore of driving.
Right.
Also, like I have like this thing where I get bored. Like, like I'm just like going, I'm like, all right, let me I'm like, I want to say Jesus take the wheel, but Elon take the wheel. And it like there's no reason not to,
Yeah.
And I'm not a great driver, so
yeah. I listen, I'm gonna get a Model S again, and when I get it, I'm never driving. I want because like now, like the people who I have the new ones now, like the hardware 4 computers, because when I had it, I think it was hardware 3 or 2, but apparently now they're just ridiculous. Like you can get in your car.
Now, did you have the yoke or did you have the actual wheel?
No, mine wasn't a plaid.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna get plaid though because I don't want the yoke wheel. And also
well, you have the option now, which is crazy.
I know, but the difference is though is that you would have to you lose, I think it's like 40 miles if you get the plaid because of the power of it. So I'd rather have 410 than 380.
Function over fashion.
Exactly. So, but
I think that's honestly my next car too. I think that's I'm like sitting there and then I was like, as much as I would like to try something else, I was like, I'm so used to this now,
Yeah.
Which is kind of crazy that we're like everything we just said about AI, we're talking about Tesla now.
Yeah.
It's like
literally,
it's so convenient.
Yeah. Well, when I had it before, it wouldn't like if I got my car in my driveway, it wouldn't back you out of your driveway and start driving.
Zoom app?
It has a Zoom. Oh, and it too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can literally log into my Zoom. If I'm parked, I don't need to like go like this on my phone. Like, because there's plenty of times when I know you've done it. I know I've done it.
Yeah.
You have to take a Zoom call from the car.
Correct.
And you're parked. And instead of me being on my phone like
holding it up,
the camera up there on the rear view hits my face.
Wow.
And I see the entire meeting on my screen.
Wow.
It's like doesn't work when you're driving. Obviously, I would hope not.
Right.
But it's like little convenience things like that,
It's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the thought that you can literally from your driveway, back out of your driveway, drive you to your destination and park itself. Because before it would stop at my driveway and it would stop at like the parking spots. Like it wouldn't go in a spot for you. Like it would pull up to those things and get you in the lot and then you have to go park it. Now, my buddy who has it, he has a Cybertruck. He's like, dude, that thing from inside of my driveway, or I'm sorry, inside my garage to my office in a spot, like that's where it does everything for me. I don't do anything, right? Like you have to give it a little nudge, obviously, every now and again to show you're there and aware, but literally it does everything for you. So the thought of that is wild.
Were you ever banned or no?
Yes. I had it happen to me like 4 or 5 times.
I've been there once and
yeah.
I'm like,
I didn't get banned, but I got
the suspension
the
or whatever.
suspension thing. Yeah.
And then they were like, pay attention. And I'm like, how does this thing know?
Yeah.
And then someone told me that camera can sense when you're, how crazy is that?
It's looking at your eyes.
And like, you can see like even your hand, I feel like right now they know your arm motion too.
Right.
So if you're like this, they're like, we sense something there. And I was like, oh.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah. It's wild, man. But yeah. All right, guys. Happy Thursday. Hope you crush your week.
Monday.
Oh my goodness. See, I still think it's Thursday. What the hell?
Monday brain, dude. Monday brain.
Monday brain, dude. Damn. I really am convinced it's Thursday. Wow.
What's going on, John?
Happy Monday. My brain is not working. Shiv, hit us off with a Monday motivational quote.
Every week. I'm gonna do this one for John. John, the magic you're looking for is in the work you're not doing. So get to work.
Listen, that's a good one, actually. That is actually a good one. What's holding you back is what you're not putting the work in. If you don't put the work in, you're not gonna get results, bottom line.
Absolutely.
So happy Monday, not Thursday.
Put the work in.
And we'll see you Thursday.